We are about 120 only in all in Terra. So working with each other really adds a lot of value. Not always in terms of the money only or the material only, but lots of other benefits do come to us.
Okay. Another question, sir. Do we have some patents on the machines or the processes belonging to our company?
Sorry, come again?
Do we have any patents on the technology or the machines or the process which we can monetize, or we just want to, expand in our own capacity, or we plan to monetize it by selling that technology to other companies because the recycling as a sector is expanding?
So, technologies are available across globe, and hundreds of suppliers are there. So one more addition of Reco and deviating from the core action of recycling is not on our right now on the consideration. But let's see if something very, very unique, proprietary, some technology we will be working on, that time we will look at that possibility.
Okay. So one more question, if you would permit. We had a fire incident some time back. So just want to know if we have taken any remedial measures to obviate such risk to our business.
Obviously, we have learned from that mistake of our shortfall, whatever we noted, and have been correctly implemented in the old one also and in the new one also.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Pleasure.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Amit Agricha from HG Hawa & Company. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Thank you for taking the question, and congratulations, Soniji, for the excellent set of results.
So nice of you. Thank you so much.
My question was with respect to where in Mumbai is the second facility?
Vasai only. Both the facilities are in Vasai East only.
And my question was specific regarding to what was the capex for the second facility?
50 crore, 50.
And is the company planning to move any city other than Mumbai?
No, it hardly matters because, centralized facility is much cheaper than multiple facilities, and logistic cost is far lower than the cost of interest and depreciation in the multiple facilities. So we are of the opinion that the centralized facility is always good. And attention of the, security of the material and all other things remains under control.
Understood. And the last question was what are the total number of employees that we have?
Now we have about 50, and with the capacity as utilization increases, more number will be added according to the requirement.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Kayan Irani, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Sir, congrats on the good numbers. I want to ask you a question regarding the EPR side. So as I understand, you must have accumulated a lot of credit from recycling activities of the previous quarters also. So how much of that is booked in this quarter? And going forward, how much can be carried forward of previous quarters to the next quarter in booking of the EPR fees?
So booking of the fees, EPR fees will be done based on the metals generated, and demand comes from our existing and the new clients. Obviously, we focus on the EPR fees at much higher level, and therefore it's a very gradual but very sustainable and very profitable model we look at. So we are not in hurry to sell all the credits, but until we don't realize the best value.
Got it. So similar to how you're doing your normal business, you want high margins over there also. But at this point of time, you don't want to share the percentage which is already booked in this quarter.
About certain USPs should be maintained within,
Okay, sure, so fair. And also, sir, since the past few decks, you've been sharing how you are partnering up with Keymet regarding the battery recycling technology. So at what stage of the market you would say India is regarding battery recycling, and your company also? How do you see this going forward in the next 2-3 years?
So I'm honestly, confessing that I do not know what is the exact status in India. But what we have set up is a very nominal facility of 6,000 metric ton, and that too we have set up it only primarily for the in-house material what we receive out of the electronic waste. Okay, and if those same clients have accumulated batteries at their end because of the services what they provide to their end customers, and if the batteries are returned during the refurbishment or replacement, those are the batteries only. We don't procure it from market. Consciously, we don't procure from market.
Got it, sir. Thank you so much for answering these questions.
Pleasure.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Harish Kumar Gupta, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
सर ये मैं अभी आपने आंसर किया किसी पार्टिसिपेंट के रेस्पॉन्स में कि कितने एम्प्लॉइज है, तो 50 एम्प्लॉइज हमारे पास हैं, बट इस क्वार्टर का एम्प्लॉय एक्सपेंस ओनली 94 lakhs है। तो इस मतलब में मुझे लग रहा है कहीं गैप है, या क्योंकि आप जैसे आप भी एक एम्प्लॉय होंगे तो आपकी सैलरी आई एम होपिंग कि इट शुड बी मोर देन 2-3 crore पैकेज।
No, boss, I have never drawn such kind of salaries. You will be getting the annual report very shortly for the March 24. Have a look at that, and then you can make out from there.
ओके, तो मोस्टली एम्प्लॉइज तो कलेक्शन एम्प्लॉय होते होंगे, तो लोअर पेड एम्प्लॉय होते होंगे मोस्टली।
सभी तरह के होते हैं, मिक्स हैं। सारे लोग कलेक्शन में नहीं होते हैं, कुछ लोग प्रोसेसिंग में भी होते हैं और कुछ लोग रिसर्विशमेंट में भी होते हैं। सो सभी तरह के लोग हैं।
तो 94 lakhs में एक क्वार्टर में अपना काम चल जाता है।
जी। So this is not of the USPA. These are all qualities of Reco that it manages with its expenses to such a low level, but at the same time takes care of the net worth of the shareholders.
ओके सर, तो सर जैसा आपने फास्ट कॉन्कॉल्स में इसकी मार्जिन गाइडेंस दी थी कि अराउंड 40-45% होगी, बट जैसे इस क्वार्टर में 72 है और बाकी आइटम्स जो मैं देख रहा हूँ उनमें मुझे लगता नहीं है कि अपनी मार्जिन कहीं पे डाउनग्रेड होनी चाहिए, तो आप उसको अपग्रेड करना चाहेंगे क्या?
देखिए, ऑलरेडी इतने अच्छे परसेंटेजेस हैं, तो ये तो फर्दर इंक्रीज होता है। तो ओनली 1-2 फैक्टर जो काम के हैं, जैसा हमारा फोकस रहता है हमेशा कि भाई प्रोड्यूसर्स शुड नॉट आस्क फॉर एनी मनी बिकॉज दे आर लुकिंग फॉर सर्विस, एंड सर्विस कैन बी प्रोवाइडेड व्हेन मेरा पेट भरा होगा तो उनको बेस्ट सर्विस मिलेगी। ये हमारा सोचना रहता है और उस पर प्रोड्यूसर सहमत भी होते हैं, और इसीलिए आपको इतने अच्छे नंबर देखने को मिलता है।
So we can hope the similar numbers in the future as well.
I don't want to give that kind of guidance, but yes, I am very confident things will be better at my end.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to ensure that the management is able to address questions from all participants in the conference, please limit your questions to 2 per participant. The next question is from the line of Viraj Mahadevia from MoneyGrow. Please go ahead.
Hi, Soniji. Thank you for taking my question again.
Yes, please go.
The new facilities kicked in early June, and hence there's not been a big impact in Q1 of these facilities. Can you give us a sense of how these facilities are ramping up and doing in the month of July and till middle of August, qualitatively?
So,
big ramp up?
So let me put it this way: the total capacity is 25,200 metric ton put together. It's not that we need to focus on both the facilities together. Whatever best we can do in one facility to save the expenses on electricity and many other things, we try to use the first facility to the extent possible. Okay, so that is the first and foremost care we take, so that we can save on a lot of expenses. And secondly, as far as the utilization is concerned, I'm very, very positive about the kind of strictness the CPCB is now demonstrating and using that, or rather asking producers to work on the lines of the rules in it much higher than on the lines strictly. I'm very positive. Not only Eco Recycling, but other recyclers will also get a lot of material from producers. Our producers will have to collect it much higher quantity from end consumers, maybe both individuals and corporate. So capacity utilization of all the recyclers will go up substantially.
Understood, sir. All the best.
So nice. Thank you so much, boss.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Anmol from BLB Limited. Please go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good evening. Very congratulations on a good quarter.
So nice. Thank you so much.
Just wanted to understand the growth trajectory going forward. So I can see that you've grown very well for this year, but you had given a guidance of about 100 crores revenue for this year, right? For FY25. So on the back of the envelope calculation, we have to catch up about 90 crores in the next 3 quarters. So do you think we can achieve that with the same margin?
So, as I mentioned, a number of other questions, yes, we are expecting a good amount of volume to increase, or substantial increase rather. And in all probability, as I envisage, about 12,000 metric ton, which I will link with the profitability of about 30 crore plus, or even 35 crores, is what we envisage out of 12,000 metric ton. That's how we really look at it, not from top line perspective, neither from the capacity utilization perspective. We always take care of how much we have earned for our shareholders and increase their net worth. That's the focus area.
Okay, so this 30 to 35 crore profit that you're talking about, does it include the EPR fees that you are expecting to collect for this year, or is that excluding that?
So these are all integral part of the recycling services, right from collection to data destruction to recycling, refurbishment, EPR fees. These are all integral part of the entire service package. So what is coming from one particular source is not that significant, but what is more is that are we commanding that premium for our different services which we provide all the time? That is what we focus. To be very honest, we don't work on the volumetric game, we work on the volumetric game.
Right. Okay, so just wanted to reiterate that, first of all, well done on the execution part, and all the best going forward for the upcoming quarter, and I hope you achieve the value. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Arun from Das Capital Private Limited. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for giving the opportunity. Congratulations, sir, for well set of numbers. I just wanted to understand about the recent subsidy announced by the government of 15,000 crores. So what kind of margin improvement are you looking forward by this subsidy announcement going forward?
Great. So this 15,000 crore MSME funds, what the government has announced about 48 hours before, will be utilized towards environment-friendly practices, recycling, and all other services, not only one. So that will be a great boost. You can safely say about 60,000 crore more investment is expected in this industry, in the recycling industry in general, against 15,000 crore of the grant from the government. So that will certainly help in boosting, and that will, if my investment, which is supposed 50 crore rupees, will reduce down in the next expansion to 37.5 crore. That will automatically give my margin level will go up.
Thank you, sir, for taking the question. And one more thing I wanted to understand about the tax part. Since last quarter, there was a tax of almost around the 10%, and this quarter it's almost like 17%, varying every quarter on quarter. So can you put on a light on little bit on that?
So it depends on the permutation combination of different income. Like you will notice in the previous quarter, the income from long-term capital gain was also there. And in this quarter, you must have noted that it's very nominal because we have already liquidated a lot of our investments, and so other income has come down, and therefore the percentage of tax rate has gone up.
Okay, thank you for the well set of number. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to ensure that the management is able to address questions from all participants in the conference, please limit your questions to 2 per participant. The next question is on the line of Pradeep Rawat from Yoga Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the follow-up. So I have just one question. Sir, in our presentation, there is mention that there are many players in India similar to us. So I just wanted to understand what sets us apart from them.
Beautiful. I really love this question. Let me just first and foremost that although there are number of facilities are there and far bigger than Eco, okay, that is one thing, and still there is a gap for many more to come in and sustain for sure, because the generation level of e-waste is very high in India. It's close to about 4 to 5 million metric ton. So there is a scope for everyone to be there. Now, as far as our USP or our kind of services are concerned, I'm not saying that the others are not providing, are not capable to provide, but we do take care that we take care of the compliances of the clients in its totality, as against considering them as a formality under the rules. This is the difference what we always follow. So compliance versus formality makes a big difference to the clients like, who have invested billions and billions of dollars in their facilities of manufacturing. They don't want to shut the door only for the non-compliance for a nominal increase in the service fees. So this is our USP, I would prefer to call it.
Yeah, understood. Thank you. That's all from my side, and all the best.
So nice of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Sagar, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. So congrats on the brilliant numbers.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I have two questions related to line items under expenses. I'm looking at our consolidated financial results. So firstly about purchases. So what all constitutes under purchases? Is it just the e-waste that we procure from our clients, or is it something more? And extension to that question will be, does all the e-waste that you procure in a quarter, most of it gets consumed the same quarter? That's my first question. And my second question is related to other expenses. What I can see is Y on Y, our revenue has grown by 2x, but our other expenses has almost grown by 6x. Could you please throw some light on it?
Other expenses have gone up what? To what level?
Almost by 6x, like Y on Y. It was 24 lakhs in June quarter 2023, and now it is 143.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So as far as the first point is concerned of yours, so whatever the purchases we have made is not necessarily that everything gets consumed within the same quarter itself. Might be old inventories, because it all relates to what you accumulate and what kind of base you make out of that to generate which kind of metals, Based on that, we segregate and utilize that. That is one part. And second is, as far as the expenses is concerned, which is from 24 lakhs to 143 lakhs. But you will notice that in the quarter of March 24, it was 111 lakhs as against 143 of this quarter. So there is not significant growth. 24 was very nominal, probably some very nominal expenses, and the top line was also 539 as against 1140, So there might have been some reason for that, but I don't have that breakup with me, why it was too low, but it's not very significantly high, the other expenses.
Okay, so what all constitutes in other expenses, in recent quarter?
So other expenses is consisting of, rent, legal and professional fees, traveling. Yes, your point is well taken. As well as the fees, professional fees for many services have gone up by about 30-40 lakhs rupees in this quarter. Then courier and communication charges have gone up by about 10 lakhs. So these are the major constituents, but all within the control. Nothing beyond control.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for that answer.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Yatin Kapoor, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for this, sir. So my question is regarding our EPR fees which we have received. So last quarter, I remember that there was some issue with the portal. We couldn't get much income in the last few days, and this quarter we can see an increase. So how much do you think is a more of a catch up, or do you see this is the pure for this quarter only? This is my first question.
I'm really sorry. Can you repeat your question, please?
Yeah. What I want to know is that in the March quarter, last quarter, there was issue with the APR portal. So
Okay. Got it.
we were told that.
Yeah. Next.
Right.
And what is the next question?
Just wanted to know how much in this quarter does it include a catch up of that also, or it's a pure June quarter income you feel?
Okay, got it. So yes, in March quarter there were lots of challenges on the portal, and therefore hardly participation was there of many recyclers, including us. But in the June quarter, yes, it pertains to the quarter only, and next quarter will have its own reflection. So this is what the exact status is.
Okay, so this is pure June numbers, you could say, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, right. So second question would be that nowadays there are few other companies which are coming in between the producer and the recycler. So what do you think about that, and do you feel any risk on this?
No, it's not a risk. They are just matchmakers, I would call them. And but since CPCB is considering specifying the EPR fees for various items, various categories of items, so probably the role of them will minimize over a period of time. But they're not threat to us, because in any case, we are never dealing through the intermediaries in the market for anything. We are directly purchasing from the corporate or from producers. So it hardly matters who are they. Yes, a lot of people do keep coming and contacting us for that, but we don't encourage that.
All right. Thank you. That's from my side. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Vivek Seth, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the follow-up, sir. So there are some of our industry peers who are collection from the retail through pickup vehicles or collection bins. I understand your perspective that you are only focusing on business customers, but are there any plans to foray into this domain? And are we conducting any promotional events in colleges, etc., which are also educative in nature, as well as giving impetus to the sector as a whole with respect to CSR?
We do certainly have the plan, and we have implemented like a Book My Junk mobile application, and even a skill development program with the assistance of National Skill Development Corporation. All these things we have implemented far before then the time arrived. I mean, the people have thought of. But the impact is not positive from the profitability point of view of the company. As far as the social service is concerned, yes, we do provide that, and we will continue to provide that. But those expenses are purely incurred by another company of mine personally, but not from the Eco Recycling Limited, because it's not profitable for Eco Recycling to do that.
Are we participating in any international events for our brand promotion with respect to the industry, recycling industry?
As such, we don't do for the brand promotion, but we do attend all the major conferences in the global market. As many as about 5 to 6 we do attend in various parts of the world to gain the knowledge or to source the technology or to have with the clients. This, but not specific to the brand promotion. Because in the waste management, you are not selling any product. You are buying the used ones.
Oh, yeah, I meant to gain more business.
Oh, yes. Certainly we do that.
Okay. Thank you so much. And all the best for the future.
So much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Durbak Singh, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes,
am I audible?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, sir. So my question is, sir, where do you see, I understand we have a capacity expansion going on, and probably we are going to reach full capacity in next 2 to 3 years, right? So, but beyond that, where do you see, Eco going after like 5-7 years? Do you see, capacity of maybe 1 lakh metric ton or beyond that even? Could you throw some light on that? And my second question is, once we scale up further, do you see the margins sustainable? What would be your thoughts on the margin front going forward? Because even the competition is going to pick up. Do you see any pressure on that front? Thank you so much.
Great. So, as far as the ramp up of the capacity and the capacity installation and utilization, all this certainly will be required in proportion to the growth as per our margin. I mean, that is the focus area, is always the margin. We are a service provider, and we will set up and establish more and more capacity as the demand goes up. And since we know at Reco that it's the trust what our present and the future clients put on us, we always maintain that. And I'm very sure that 100,000 metric ton what you envisage will not be a difficult task to achieve in the years you mentioned. Coming to the second part of your question is, I'm sorry, I just forgot.
What was the margin? The margin.
Sorry?
My question was related to the margins. When we scale up.
Okay. When we scale up, whether the margins will be maintained. Yes. So this probably is a part of the first question itself, where we think that it's a service industry, where the compliance is more and more required. And I need not to tell you, but you know it better than me. Environmental compliance has become essential for for all of us, not only from the business point of view, but it's a need. So companies are indirectly doing this kind of CSR under EPR, which is really a driving force to maintain the sustainability of the margin for the right service provider who are taking care of their requirement as a compliance. Once again, I'm saying that there is a compliance, not as a formality. So I'm very confident we will maintain that. But let's see the challenges comes in future. We will address them accordingly.
Understood. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the comprehensive.
So nice. Thank you.
Thank you. We will take this as the last question. I now hand the conference over to Ms. Chandni Chande from Kirin Advisors for closing remarks.
Thank you everyone for joining the conference call of Reco Recycling Ltd. If you have any queries, you can write to us at research@kirinadvisors.com. Once again, thank you for joining the call.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining the call and giving me a patient hearing. Hope to see you soon again. Thank you.
On behalf of Kirin Advisors, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.